Hi everyone, I am Anonymous Traveler from Intellectual Exercise. Today, I will talk about two things that can be used together to improve cognitive function. And I will share my recipe to take them together. Each of them have scientific studies behind them with positive results, but since I am always trying to find a way to go even further, I have been experimenting with these two things combined. And they are natto kinase and EGCG. Natto kinase is an extracted enzyme from natto, and EGCG is an extracted polyphenol from green tea. And natto is a traditional Japanese food which you can buy from Japanese market or Asian grocery stores. It is basically fermented soy. Japanese people have the highest average longevity in the world. And one of the theories to explain such longevity is natto. On average, the Japanese eat 4 to 5 pounds of natto per capita each year. It's part of their traditional diet. And natto kinase is considered as a key factor for the health and the cognitive benefits of natto. A research project from Japan found out that the lifespan of wild-type worms was significantly extended by liquid natto extract. Also, the worms with liquid natto extract showed improved resistance to oxidative stress. And those worms showed a delayed accumulation of lipofuscin, a characteristic of aging cells. And from various studies, it became known that the natto kinase improves blood flow by reducing blood viscosity. Also, it reduces bad cholesterol and increases good cholesterol. And it reduces blood clot by dissolving excess fibrin in blood vessels. It is basically nature's blood thinner without side effect of traditional medication. So, if you are already taking blood thinners such as aspirin, then you should not take natto kinase. Also, from a recent clinical study in Taiwan, researchers found that the natto kinase dissolved amyloid fibrils in the brain. What it means is natto kinase can prevent amyloid plaque buildup in the brain, and therefore they concluded that although we need more studies, but there is a possibility to use it for Alzheimer's disease. Many people take baby aspirin to maintain good blood flow, but it can have side effects in some cases, such as stomach hemorrhage and intestinal lining damage. But natto kinase is able to do what baby aspirin does to blood circulation with extra benefits. So, in my opinion, it is much better option than baby aspirin. By the way, some people avoid soy because of its effect on hormone level. If that is your concern, then instead of eating traditional natto, just take natto kinase. Natto kinase is basically a purified enzyme extracted from natto. And there's no soy left in natto kinase, so if you worry about hormone issue, then just stick to natto kinase. So I suggest to use natto or natto kinase to keep our blood circulation at its best. Natto is already beneficial for health by itself, but what I am also trying to achieve here is to use it as a transportation accelerator for other important nutrient and substance such as EGCG that I now will discuss. EGCG is an extracted polyphenol from green tea. Most people are already familiar with the various health benefits of green tea, so I will not bother you with all the details, but to just name a few major ones: it's good for the heart, lowers cholesterol, lowers the risk of stroke, etc. But my focus is mental and the cognitive function improvement, and that's what I am going to talk about. A recent study from the University of Basel in Switzerland is the first study that was focusing on the cognitive functions and the working memory mechanism of the people who take green tea extract. The result was published on the academic journal Psychopharmacology. For the study, healthy male volunteers received a soft drink containing several grams of green tea extract before they solved working memory tasks. Then, the researchers used MRI to analyze how green tea extract affected the brain activity of the man. The MRI result showed increased connectivity between the parietal and the frontal cortex of the brain. In other words, green tea extract increases the brain's effective connectivity. This effect on connectivity also led to the improvement in actual cognitive performance. The volunteers did significantly better for working memory test after taking green tea extract. So, MRI result and the working memory test result are positively correlated. So, researchers at the University of Basel have provided the first evidence that green tea extract enhances cognitive functions. And therefore, the study offers promising clinical implications for the treatment of cognitive impairment disorders such as dementia. Now, Let's talk about another study from Japan. In this study, the participant aged 70 or older who drank at least 2 cups of green tea every day were 54% less likely to have test scores that indicated cognitive impairment compared to other participants who drank less than 3 cups of green tea a week. This study is in line with other studies of which suggested in order to get the maximum benefits of green tea, drinking it every day is better than occasional drinking. However, too much of a green tea extract can be a problem. When you take EGCG or drinking green tea, you need to be careful about the amount. Some researchers claimed that more than 800 milligrams of EGCG can cause liver damage. Among those researchers who are on the conservative side regarding the dosage of EGCG, some recommend not to take more than 338 milligrams of EGCG per day. For your reference, 8 ounces or 240 milliliters of brewed green tea contains about 50 to 100 milligrams of EGCG. Now let's talk about the overall picture. The way I approach natto and the green tea is to use them together to get the synergy effect. Natto is basically enhancing blood circulation while preventing blood clots, and therefore your circulation system can deliver various supplements including polyphenols effectively. And since EGCG is a type of polyphenols, when natto is provided, EGCG can be delivered to the brain more effectively. I came to pay attention to the delivery issue because the researchers found that the EGCG absorption is not always stable in our body. So I combined them together to find out whether they can create the synergy effect or not. And this is just my own experiment, and no researchers have done a clinical study combining these two substances. But from my experience, they seem to work well together. So I have introduced my own approach based on my own study and experiment. And you can eat traditional natto and drink green tea if you have enough time. But also, if you don't have enough time or simply do not enjoy them, then you can take them in the form of natto kinase pill or EGCG pill. And here is my recipe to take them both. It's really simple. You just make a smoothie or protein shake with natto and green tea. Simply pour some natto and green tea in a blender with protein powder, ice, and whatever grains, fruit, or vegetables of your choice. Then blend and drink it. Also, I will post the links to natto kinase and EGCG supplement for reference. Thanks for listening and all the best.